Good afternoon. The CIF Athletic Association welcomes you to Notre Dame High School for a fierce matchup against the Serra Cavaliers. I'm Damian Finlayson with Jimmy Johnson, and we will be your NDSN announcers for this afternoon's game.
Thank you, Damian. As he mentioned, I'm Jimmy Johnson, and we are in for a very exciting matchup between Notre Dame High School and J. Serra. Notre Dame freshman squad is led by head coach Paul Gross and assisted by coaches Jordan Barrett, Shane Horton, Rob Karowski, Chris McNeil, and Matt Walker. As for the Cavaliers, they are led by head coach Patrick Linton and assisted by coaches Dominique McGee, Jamil Williams, William Watson, Vince Robertson, and James Kreiner.
And Coach Gross actually begins his 20th year as the head freshman football coach, and this is his 21st year coaching at Notre Dame High. And a really exciting week for students here at Notre Dame. It was Spirit Week this week. We had free dress almost every day this week. Of course, we had the PSAT practice on Wednesday. But today was definitely an exciting day. We had 2 rallies, an extended nutrition, and it really just got the morale high for all students here getting ready for this homecoming game tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Different themes every day, getting the students pumped up for this game, freshman game, and the varsity game tonight. Be sure to tune into that because we will be broadcasting that on our channel as well. But also for the volleyball program, they held a Dig Pink Night on Tuesday, which we also broadcasted. You could check out, where they raised awareness and raised money. Their goal was $10,000 for breast cancer awareness, and they did really well. So obviously a lot of events going on this week, very exciting, and we're looking forward to this huge matchup tonight and right now.
Yeah. And we have the Notre Dame Knights coming onto the field. I believe they are kicking off, it looks like. And it is tonight's theme for the varsity game is pink for breast cancer awareness, I believe. And it's going to be a great game tonight. Great game now, great game tonight. You cannot go wrong tuning in to both of these games.
And we have Mr. Good to the left of us. This is his 14th year doing the scoreboard for Notre Dame. Very exciting for him. Always energetic when he comes to help out, and he just loves it here.
Always energetic, always ready. He is always energetic and always ready, just like these Notre Dame Knights here on the field, getting ready to hit someone on the opening kickoff.
We have cheerleaders across the field there. That's a lot of freshman cheerleaders right there.
Just like.
And those stands will be filled up tonight for the big game.
Yes, those stands will definitely be filled up tonight. We have homecoming dance tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. And we have the kickoff, Kai Yamasaki on the kick. And that's a nice one right there. A nice kick caught by number 4, and it is drop ball. It is fumbled, and he's staying up, and he is brought down at the 30-yard line. Number 26, Sailor Matthew on the reception. And
yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a good kick and a fair run back. It was hard to bring him down there. Sarah looks.
My mistake, actually. That was Jamia Odell on the reception there. My bad.
Yeah, but you saw there like how Sarah was pushing that player 5-10 extra yards, after he had caught it and was initially touched at the 20. So that was a great job by them.
And we have number 3 in the backfield, Giovanni Mccoy, and it's a handoff, and he is brought down in the backfield. Trey Harvey, number 3 for the Notre Dame Knights, on the takedown, and he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. He is a great player, a great guy all around, and I would not want to be lining up against him on any day.
Yeah, Giovanni Mccoy, you saw earlier in warm-ups, they had a different quarterback warming up and passing with the receivers. But Giovanni Mccoy, he looks like he could be running a couple out of this backfield as a quarterback. maybe looking like a Wildcat play as a running back.
And it is another handoff to It's another handoff to number 6, Elijah Davis, and he is once again brought down in the backfield by this relentless Notre Dame front four. And, I mean, this team is definitely banged up, but they are ready and they are willing to play as hard as they can.
Yeah, definitely you saw there that the linebackers closed in on the right side of that, on the left side of that line. So he really had nowhere to go, and it looked like it was gonna be a play action, to be honest, but
we have number 3 taking the pass, and he is brought down by number 3, Trey Harvey, on the sack. I was just talking about him. This kid is just amazing. He is definitely a great player.
Yeah, great job by him. Quickly got past the line. That was their first pass play that they were going to have. Attempted pass. Didn't get it off because Trey was there.
And, I mean, you just got to look at the wingspan. He just ran in there, brought him straight down.
It could have potentially, if it did go a wrong way, been called for a flag, maybe a face mask, but he did get right under the helmet.
And it is a punt. It is a high snap punt, and he falls on the ball at the 1 yard line.
It's within the 5, yeah.
Within the 5 yard line, so Notre Dame will take over on Serra Cavaliers' 3 yard line, I believe. And this is definitely a big play for the Notre Dame defense, or special teams. And this offense is going to take over right here and try to make something happen. Hopefully go away with 6 or more points.
Yeah, great job by Notre Dame. Initially recognizing that he had it and took full force, ran after the ball, and tackled the guy after the fumble went down. So it's 1st and goal on the 4 yard line.
We have Trey Harvey in at quarterback just after his amazing play, and it is a shovel pass to Kyle Wynn, but he is brought down, nowhere to go. And, I mean, look at this guy, Trey Harvey. I cannot say enough about him. I don't want to talk about him too much, but he's out there on defense getting sacked, stopping the run, and then he comes in at quarterback the next play. That is impressive.
Yeah, you saw right there. I thought it was going to be kind of like maybe a wildcat kind of thing, or QB run through the left side of the field. But he did pitch it up the middle. You see that a lot with the running backs, but defense did notice it and close in on him. Great job by
We have Kai Amasaki in the backfield, and it is a fake handoff, play action. Trey looking for someone, but he is brought down at the 20 yard line, and that is definitely a massive loss for the Notre Dame offense.
Yeah, great job there by Tyler Huffman, tracking Derek down. Great job. Got past the defense. Didn't fall for that play action and ran after him, chased him down. Didn't let the pass get out of Derek's hand. And Notre Dame down for a huge loss.
And that is definitely a massive loss for the Notre Dame offense. I mean, their special teams, their defense goes hardcore. Their special teams makes a great play. But they're looking to recover Trey Harvey right now. He takes the snap, and it's a pass. I mean, they have to pass here, and it is thrown and is batted down by number 6 on the Cavaliers, and that would be
Elijah Davis with that bat down. Great job. Great anticipation of that play. He went after it. Now it is 4th and 17. Or 4th and goal, but they're 17 yards from the goal line.
Are they going to kick this? I mean, that's a long kick. That would be about a what's that 20 yard line? That would be about a 25, 30 yard kick.
Looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, they will be going for it.
A longer pass here.
Again, we have Kyle Wynn in the backfield. He's under pressure, and he is brought down at the 30 yard line. Serra Cavaliers making a huge and much needed stop on defense after making that fatal error on the punt.
Yeah, definitely. Lando Brown chasing Derek down after that play, which gives them the turnover now on, looks like the 23 or 22 yard line. So, or 27 yard line. And that's going to set them up for fairly good position, seeing that Notre Dame could have potentially maybe snuck it in for a touchdown there, by pushing the ball into the end zone, maybe getting a lucky grab.
And we have number 3, Giovanni Mccoy in at quarterback again, and is just an incomplete pass. Just a small play there. Nothing that big happening.
They started off the first 2 plays with trying to run the ball and took the pass for the 3rd down on that last drive. Wasn't able to get it off due to the sack, so I'd like to see them keep attempting the pass play, see what kind of arm that he has.
And I think that they're definitely going to be staying on the ground with the run game here, just pounding it over and over again. And just as I thought, it's another run, and that one picks up about 5, I believe. Number 6, Elijah Davis. And I think we're going to be seeing him a lot because he's a great athlete, and we're going to be seeing him a lot today. We're going to be saying his name a lot.
You saw him on the defense as well.
Yeah.
He's made some key plays, and it's only 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Now 3rd down and 6.
We have 3rd down and 6 here. Giovanni Mccoy taking the snap in. It is a run, but he is brought down. No gain, or if there is a gain, probably for about 2 or 3 yards. Just a tiny gain there.
That's another run from Davis. But, they keep inching away. Now it's 4th down. Now it is 4th down and 4. And they are going for it. They're not punting.
They are not punting.
Here, I'm thinking they're going to throw a slant here because they haven't thrown much, and they haven't had a real opportunity
I was
to
thinking
catch
pass.
the ball.
I mean, you have number 6 on the wheel route, but it is an incomplete pass.
Attempted for Elijah Davis. There was some crossing patterns there.
Yeah, but you just saw the little wheel route, not the wheel route, the little bubble route out of the backfield by number 6, Elijah Davis, but there was nothing to be gained. So the Notre Dame offense will take over here on 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Notre Dame stopping the run game and then not even letting the pass get to the receiver there. There was opportunity for Elijah to potentially grab the ball, but it was a missed throw.
And it is a handoff to number 5, Kyle Wynn. Oh, no, it is a fake. Trey Harvey keeps it, and he runs for a nice, hard-earned 5 yards, and he puts a shoulder down and hits him. He's saying, I don't care, I'm a quarterback, I'm going to still hit you.
Great job. 2nd, and it looks like 5 for the Knights. Great job there. Fooled out the whole defense.
He fooled me out.
Hard for them to track him down. Picks up 5. 2nd and 5.
We have 2nd and 5 now. We have number 21, Kai Yamasaki, in the backfield, and we also have number 10 on the Notre Dame offense. And it is just a handoff. No gain there, maybe for about a yard. Not a huge play.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 here still. I think the fakes are really working for them. So far, the big yardage games we've seen are the fakes, the play action, which one of the play actions was tracked down for a sack. So Serra's definitely picking up on some of these fakes.
Yeah, and now we have number 9, Jack McCritchie, in the backfield with Trey Harvey, and we're just going to see what they can do there. Maybe a pass, maybe a run, we don't know. And it is a handoff. It is a fake handoff to Jack McCritchie. He stays up, and he gets taken down.
Yeah,
a
tough
low hit,
play
and
there.
he seems to be on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be injured here. Jack McCritchie, number 9 on the Knights, and he's going to need help getting up.
Yeah, medical staff is out there now. Hope he's all right. But there we saw, Notre Dame, Derek Harvey taking the ball. Looked like he was going to roll out. But no, at the last second, he did pass, or he did hand the ball off, but the defense had already collapsed in their pocket. So there wasn't much opportunity to get around the defense there. And I think that the handoff came a little too late, so the defense collapsed. He did get past the first tackle, but it wasn't enough as the whole defense came down on the line and took him down for a loss. Now it is 4th and 10.
Not a lot of room to run, and Jack is still laying down here on the field. Seems to be serious. we have some players taking the knee for the Serra Cavaliers. Taking the knee, of course, because he's injured.
Yeah, so here looks like they're going to have to punt, maybe try to get out of bounds, keep Serra within the 10 would probably be the most ideal situation for them. They're probably not going to go for it. It's 4th and 10, and they're on the 35, back where they started the drive. What do you think could be working for them right now?
I mean, I think they're definitely going to go for this. They're in Serra's territory, and they do not want to give up this opportunity they have. And I mean, even if they punted it, it really wouldn't be of that much gain. And a field goal is too definitely out of range here, looking at about 45-yard field goal. And I think they're definitely going to be going for it. Probably a pass here, I'm expecting.
Yeah.
And they have great weapons as well out at receiver, and Trey Harvey has a nice arm, so.
I'd love to see a deep ball. Ball. Based off of, let's say they do go for it. Based off of last 4th down, they went for it. They did have a play action. It left a huge opening.
And Jack McCritchie does get off up here, and he's hopping off the field with support from the medical trainers and coaches. He's not putting any pressure on that right knee.
Notre Dame back onto the field, but based off of the last 4th down, they went for it. Their play action left a huge opening for Harvey to pass it, but Serra's defense collapsed on him. Just that one player got back after him, and number 17 for Notre Dame is taking shotgun on
Number
4th and 10.
17, Russell Diep, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He takes the snap, and it's a throw. There's a man running, and that is a deep ball. It is wide. Oh, it is a little overthrown for number 18, Griffin Cleveland. And it was nice coverage as well by Serra.
Yeah, great job by Serra and Notre Dame. The throw, although the throw was a little overthrown there, great route. And I think either way you would have called it, it wouldn't have been
of that much gain to punt it.
And also it wasn't that big of a deficit for them to have that turnover on downs because, Serra's only on the 35.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Really where they started. Actually, that's about where they started at the beginning of the game on the kicker return. We have number 22, Mac McLeod, outside linebacker. Oh, number 6, he breaks loose. There's no one bring him down now. Griffin Cleveland in him. He outruns Griffin, and there's no one going to bring him down now. He breaks free for a touchdown. Touchdown, Cavaliers. No one was going to bring him down after he was in open space. And that is number 6, Elijah Davis.
Great job by Elijah Davis there. You saw he cut back across the whole field. It was originally a run on the left side of the field, not a toss play or it was more of a draw, and he kind of went through the B gap and just took off, broke some tackles, but wasn't really touched once he got past the 50-yard line, ran up the right side of the field. Great play all around, and great blocking as well.
He was untouched there, and after he cut back, there was no one going to bring him down. I mean, once he gets into open space, he is definitely, and the PAT is good. So the score is 7-0. Serra leads it, but the Knights will be receiving after half.
Great, short, quick drive there. They only got a playoff, but Notre Dame defensively, we hadn't seen any big plays past, 5 or so yards for Serra yet. I mean, they've had a couple runs and they pushed for a couple more yards than they could have gotten there, but huge gain for a touchdown. Obviously, this was, 65 yards, huge run and almost untouched. Great blocking. What do you think was the difference there versus the other runs they had? Did you think it was the blocking, or do you think it was the miscommunication on the defense?
I really think it was more of a miscommunication on the defense because, as you saw, he took the snap and then he cut back to the right. And I think a lot of the players have already started running left at that point. So he was able just to turn it on, hit the burners, and he's on the sideline. And once he gets running, no one's going to bring him down.
Yeah, and also the whole defense had to shift.
Yeah.
Because their run was originally, it looked like it was originally looking to go to the left side of the field up the sideline there, but he did make that very quick cut, which shifted the whole defense and made them very disorganized.
It is a kickoff from number 13. It is a deep kick, and there's a flag on the play. The ref blows the whistle. I'm believing it's an offside. Yeah, it's going to look like an offside on Serra Cavaliers. But I would not be surprised if we saw that play again, maybe even purposely this time, because last time it was more of just in the moment, but I think purposely this time he may go left, take a step, cut back to the right, because once you see a play work that well, why not try it again?
No, definitely, and you've seen them try it multiple times there, but I think the difference was the original and initial great blocking on the front line, and then, you saw Elijah Davis. He was really the playmaker after he got through the first 5 or 10 yards.
It is a deep kick, and Kyle Wynn receives, and he is running, and he is brought down there. A nice hit, a hard hit, definitely. And Notre Dame will start this drive on their 32-yard line. And I think Notre Dame offense is going to come out here and really say, guys, we got to put points on the board.
No, definitely. And I'd hope to see some type of, quick passes, maybe if it's a screen.
Yeah.
Or I really like that shuffle pass when they're down on the goal line, hoping to get a touchdown, but didn't end up getting one. I thought that was very creative and threw a little different play at the defense that they weren't quite prepared for. But I think Serra's going to have some challenges, and I think that Notre Dame's
going to hand up to Kyle Wynn, and he is brought down almost immediately. That was a nice gain, though. I think that was a gain of about 2 yards maybe. But, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of screens, some short runs. I think it's more just a couple yards, keep moving the chains, first down, first down, first down.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only time we're going to see, as of right now, a big throw is on those, long third downs or fourth downs if they're close enough to the goal line where they can't punt it. I think those are the only times you're going to see a big throw. So I think it's smart for Notre Dame to keep it a close game within, 5 or so yards.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need to be making 80-yard bombs. You just get 3 yards, next play. Next play.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
We see him lined up here. Russell takes the snap, and it is a throw. A deep ball, but that is definitely overthrown to number 18, Griffin Cleveland. And, I mean, Griffin's looking around like, was that to me? Because that was definitely – there was a lot of power behind that throw.
Yeah, Griffin – the ball is, as of right now, it looks to be on about the 32-yard line. And Griffin was at the 40, so it was really like an 8-yard pass, and it was thrown to the 50. So pretty overthrown.
But I think Russell will pick it up.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the first stage of the game. That's one of his first real passes downfield. So
just getting warmed up here. And Russell takes the snap, and it is another throw. He's under heavy pressure, and he is brought down for the sack on the 25-yard line. And Serra's defense is just unrelentless. And they're bringing him down, and Notre Dame will punt on 4th down. Kai Yamasaki with the punt.
Huge sack for a huge loss of yardage.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost just about 5 or 6 on this series, and brought down by the same people we'd seen before, chased down Notre Dame's offense, and just a great job by Notre Dame getting past great job by Serra getting past Notre Dame's offensive line so quickly.
Yamasaki with the punt, and Serra's just going to let this one go as they down it at about the 49-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers on their own 40, basically midfield, 50-yard line.
So I think Serra, that last drive, you saw Notre Dame trying to pick up momentum, got that first, 4 initial yards at the beginning of that drive, and Serra clogging up the holes by the line, and Notre Dame wasn't able to get past that, and it caused a chaos behind the line of scrimmage, which I think was key for Serra's defense there.
And we're going to see what Elijah Davis and Giovanni Mccoy do on this play, and it is just going to be a run up to the 50, no gain there. Looking like he maybe 50-yard line,
Yeah,
half a
so
yard.
it's going to be 2nd and 9 right on the 50-yard line, midfield, in the middle of the hashes as well. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
And you see Mac McLeod switching there at linebacker. I would not want to be in Mac McLeod's way. He is definitely a hard hitter and a great player. Number 3 takes a snap in the backfield, and he is immediately brought down. A great team effort by the Notre Dame front four there, getting the sack, and that brings it back to, I believe, the 47-yard line.
Yeah, you saw Derek Harvey initially dropping back, looking for a pass on the outside and by the sidelines, but scrambling as he saw the line collapse, wasn't able to get around the defensive line.
And we have number 3, Giovanni Mccoy, and he does a hard snap, and there seems to be movement, but on the Notre Dame defensive line, but they are not going to call anything, and that seems to be just try to get him off sides, get a first down, and now they're changing the play around a little bit. So he just took the snap, Giovanni Mccoy, and he sees a man open. He throws it to number 15, but number 6, Elijah Davis, gets in the way, but that was Kyle Miller on the target, but Elijah Davis did get in the way of that throw.
And this is going to lead Serra into a long 4th down punt, and we're going to see Zachary Mars as well as Griffin Cleveland in the back for Notre Dame, preparing to receive the punt.
Yeah, preparing for that, hopefully to make some movement on special teams, get the rest of the team hyped up to make a big play. And there's 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. He takes the snap, and he punts it. Giovanni Mccoy and Zach Mars just picks it up, but he is down by contact at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go. A fresh set of downs for Notre Dame. And last series we saw runs up the middle, clogged up line, and not much room to run after that first down or even move for the quarterback per se. I think they're going to try to swing it out, try something different here. I mean, they've seen a lot of different looks, but haven't quite been able to get the ball downfield. And they're spreading out their wide receivers wide.
Yeah, and Russell taking the snap. You have Eli on the side, and he gets past him, and that is a deep bomb, but again overthrown. The targeted receiver was Griffin Cleveland.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. They're about at the 25. The ball was thrown 10 yards, just overthrown. See, he's kind of getting the hang of it, closer and closer. But as well as the overthrow, great defensive coverage by Serra, and following each receiver with their 2 safeties up top, preparing to smack down on the person who received the ball.
Yeah. And Notre Dame going out from the huddle, and we have Russell Diep again at quarterback. We have wide receivers out. I believe that is Kyle Wynn in the backfield. And it is a handoff to Kyle Wynn, but there is nowhere to go. He was getting hit before he even had the ball. And there was really no blocking there for Notre Dame. The offensive line just let them completely right through.
Yeah, taken down by Marcel Oxley. Huge sack. Now 3rd, and it looks to be 16. 3rd and 16.
3rd and 16.
1:30 to go in the quarter. I don't think they're worried about the clock right now because still first quarter.
Still first quarter. Anything can happen. You really don't start worrying about the clock till 4th quarter, depending on the score.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Notre Dame does here. They've thrown a couple balls past 10 yards, and it hasn't looked good for them, but we'll see if they maybe try a screen. If not, you're going to see another deep ball, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you're going to see a deep ball or a screen right here because they have to get something going on the offense. There's absolutely nothing, and it is a catch by Kyle Wynn, but he slips up Even if he didn't slip, there would be nowhere to go.
So it looks like they did try to set up for a screen, had one blocker preparing to help him out.
But the Cavaliers were just all over it. There was a flag thrown on the play, but it could have just been an accident. No, they're
And it's going to be on the defense, it looks
on
like.
the defense.
The chains are moved. It's going to be a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 for the Knights.
Notre Dame really lucked out there. They didn't convert, but they got that flag, which means they can move up, get a fresh set of downs, move further up.
They had thrown that short ball, looked like it was going to be a screen to Notre Dame. Kyle Wynn, and was immediately taken down. Blocking didn't really help him out there, except for the coverage of the quarterback.
Russell Dieppe taking the snap here. Look around, it is another throw, and this time it is the 14, Zach Mars. He is on target, but that is a hard hit by 14 on the Cavaliers. But Zach Mars gets up right away, and I think that play could have really sparked something for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
On throw target, nice catch, and they're just moving up.
Yeah, huge hit from Devin Kirkwood. Huge. That looked like now it's going to be 2nd and 4th. That's the quarter, but when we come back, 2nd and 4th for the Knights. That's their first completed pass for more than 5 yards this first quarter, and that's going to give them a little more momentum as they
That's going to give some momentum coming off the quarter.
They begin to storm down the field a little bit. You know, they've gotten 20 or so yards on this last series, but that majority of that was that penalty. So let's see if they could take this and convert it.
Take that penalty and run with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because penalties are really just free yardage.
Yeah, definitely. Serra's been looking really good defensively and offensively, stopping the ball on the line for Notre Dame's line. And then in coverage, you saw a bat down early in the game on Notre Dame's second drive when they were just on the 35. Easy place to potentially score a touchdown. Didn't convert because the bat down. Really been locking down within the wide receivers on the outside. And also what's been a killer for Notre Dame is they haven't been able to connect on these passes that are downfield.
Notre Dame coming back out. I think going immediately to the play formation. Russell Dieppe. Again, in at quarterback, we got Kyle Wynn in the backfield. Number 2, Eli Larry. Just getting ready. It is a snap. It's a hand off to Kyle Wynn, and again, brought down. This Cavaliers defense is really just relentless. They are not giving up, hitting him on every play.
Yeah, once again, as I mentioned, they're closing in. They're closing in on this offensive line. Whether it's, you got huge people for huge players, especially Isaac and Jacoby Sims up on the front line. Big boy up there for Serra. Breaking down that line, hard to contain him as well as the other linemen you've seen. And it has been a not very successful run game per se for Notre Dame here in this first half.
They're hoping to pick something up now. Russell Dieppe taking the snap, and it is another pass, and he sees someone open. Kyle Wynn, he goes up, but it is picked off by number 2, and he is running down the sideline until he is brought out of bounds by number 26 on the Notre Dame Knights.
Tyler Huffman with the interception. It looked like it was going to be a catch from Notre Dame.
It was looking like it was just a little bit underthrown there.
Yeah.
And number 2 on Serra made the reception, and that was definitely a big play for Serra. Tyler Huffman.
Yeah, great job by him. You saw the swing route going, and I thought that Notre Dame was going to run into that ball and it was going to be a touchdown, but they weren't able to. And Tyler came in and aggressively went towards the ball. It didn't just fall into his hands, and he pushed it up for 20 more yards than where he initially caught it, and that's going to set up a 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line
for Serra. And number 3, Giovanni Mccoy, with number 6, Elijah Davis, in the backfield. And there's a handoff to Elijah Davis, and he has room to run already, and he is just pushing. He is not being brought down until number 22, Mac McLeod, on the tackle. And that was a very nice tackle by Mac McLeod.
Yeah, Elijah Davis broke 3 tackles before he's finally taken down by Mac. Great job by him, and he was shifty there. Taking up the left side. He didn't go exactly to the sideline. He was making his way there and pulled some moves off.
But that was definitely a nice gain for the Cavaliers until finally brought down by Mac McLeod. And it is a snap to Giovanni, and again, just brought down. Not much of a gain there. They just push him. I mean, look at that. That's really how serious Serra is. You have him in the trenches, and it looks like he's about to go down, but then the linemen come up, push him. I mean, they're constantly pushing him forward.
We've seen that a couple times on some of their runs. It looks like they're not going to get far up the middle, but the linemen push and everyone pushes, including the quarterback. You saw that even on the very first play on the kickoff. They originally were looking like they were going to get down in the 22. They were pushed all the way to the 30-yard line.
And number 3, Giovanni Mccoy with the snap. It is a fake, and it is a pitch to number 4. And he has room to run. He may just go in, and that's a touchdown by number 4. But there's a flag on the play. Do not get too excited yet.
Jemiah Odell with that run after
and
he was
he
pitched
just
to.
stiff-armed him right there. That was a beautiful stiff arm, but it is going to go back, I believe, because of that stiff arm.
Yeah, it looked like it was maybe a face mask.
Maybe a face mask.
On the offensive side, the flag immediately went up after he beat that last guy there.
But either way, that was an amazing run.
Yeah, great job
by Jemiah Odell.
He was weaving through the defenders there.
Great. I mean, it may have been a face mask, but that was a nice stiff arm.
Now first down and long for Serra.
First and long. It is still seems to be number 3, Giovanni Mccoy, taking the snap. And he's looking around, and the thing is breaking down on him, but he escapes the pocket as it's breaking down on him, and he runs forward for a positive gain. Oh, but there seems to be a fumble on the play, and they're saying Notre Dame recovered it. Notre Dame is saying they recovered it. Seems to be some wrestling for the ball, but number 3, Trey Harvey, if he did pick it up, if it was a fumble, Trey Harvey did recover. There's no doubt about that. And there's a flag on the play. There seems to be a fight breaking out, some trash talking going on. Trey Harvey walks away. And
it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on number 4, Jemiah Odell, the person who just had scored that touchdown and get called back for unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to push back.
That's going to push them back.
A lot.
And that is just a silly penalty. Penalties like that can be avoided.
Definitely could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Now on the 33-yard line. And it's second down.
So I guess that was not a fumble, but there was the penalty called. Basically the same thing, because it's very unlikely that they will convert here. Almost even helps them because they'll get the ball farther back. And Giovanni Mccoy, and he seems to mess up the play. He seems to be a handoff to the right. He looks around, just says, screw it, I'm just have to take this. There's no time to hand it off.
Yeah, you saw there a little miscommunication. He didn't know what to do with the ball. You saw Elijah Davis bubbling out to the right side of the field, and they were looking to pass to him, it looked like, but the pocket was closing in on that side that he was going to pass it to. He ends up scrambling, trying to get a couple of yards. Now on the 29-yard line.
We have, again, Giovanni Mccoy in the backfield. This time with a new player in the backfield. We have 24 on Serra. It is a pass this time, and it is caught. It is caught by number 14 on Serra, Devin Kirkwood. Another reception for him today, and that was a big play.
Now it's going to be 4th down and 10
4th and 10.
So
it's
they made
looking
up a
like.
lot of yardage now. They're now only at the 15. They made up about 18 yards the past 2 plays. So it looks like they are going to go for it.
And they do have number 24 in the backfield this time, William Marquez.
Yeah, on that last play, you saw broken coverage. They were slanting all over the place and miscommunication from the defense.
Giovanni Mccoy taking the snap here, and he's looking around. He cannot see, and it is a deep pass, and it is caught by number 36, Donovan Roebuck. A huge play.
Yeah, he
for Serra.
fired that ball in the end zone. Didn't look like he needed to force it, but he passed it right to his hands, and a little behind him, but it didn't matter because the defense was still a few steps behind him, and just a great catch and a good throw from Serra to complete that touchdown.
And we have number 13 on the Cavaliers on the PAT. And it is good, 14-0. But that play right there was a game changer. I mean, it's 4th and 10, looking unlikely, and they just fire it in and score a touchdown. Huge play.
Yeah, great job. And you did see that kind of like the post/slants there over the middle. You know, that was a deeper throw, just about a 12-yard throw, perfect distance, the exact distance they needed to have. Cut it on the goal line and just fell right into the end zone. And great, you know, that was amazing, you know.
It really was.
They were really far from the end zone, yet they ended up getting it. They were at the 33. Within 3 plays, they scored that touchdown. Very productive on those 3 plays. Not one mistake, and even if there was that we didn't catch, they got past it and
improvised it.
Great job from Serra there.
And we have number 6.
Elijah Davis, the playmaker, scored that first touchdown, and also a playmaker on defense preparing to kick.
And it is a deep kick. That's a booming kick right there, and it is recovered by Kyle Wynn, and he is turning it up field for more yards. And that is another hard hit, and he's brought down on the 31-yard line.
And that hit did come from number 52, Lando Brown, as well as we just spoke of, the playmaker who kicked it and scored the touchdown, Elijah Davis. Great job closing in on that. Notre Dame looks like they're going to be at the 31.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Knights.
1st and 10 on the 31-yard line, I believe, and you have receivers going out wide, Notre Dame's hoping at this point that they can put some points up on the board and stay in this game, because Serra is playing hard.
7.5 minutes to go. You know, Serra so far this season, 5-1 record. Only loss was versus Corona Centennial. Their defense has been averaging just up to 7.5 points per game. So they've had 11 interceptions and 12 sacks. Their defense is, as you can see, doing well here as well. And offense averaging 37.5 points per game, with a balanced attack averaging 226 rushing yards and 295 passing yards per game. They also have 0 points given up on special teams. That's a great job by them, staying composed. As you can see, they crushed Notre Dame, leaving them at the 30 on that last special teams play. It wasn't a far kick, but also they filled their lanes and stayed disciplined. Currently 5 players on the roster with Division I offers. Elijah Davis, Jeremiah Odell, Jacoby Sims, Kevin Dirkwood, and Tyler Huffman. Great job, and they're just freshmen.
That is unbelievable. They're freshmen with Division I offers, and that is very impressive. It is a handoff to number 21, Kai Yamasaki, and he gains a nice yardage, about 5 yards on the play.
Now it's going to be about 2nd and 7.
But
for the Knights.
that is very amazing that they are only freshmen and they have 5 Division I offers.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is huge for them, and congratulations. As freshmen,
Yeah.
I hope that they can keep it up, keep being great ball players, and hopefully go to all those Division I colleges. Because we've said all their names multiple times today, and they're playing in Russell Diep, and he is under heavy pressure, and he is brought down. It is a fumble, but they are saying that the ball was down, so he is brought down on the 25-yard line, and the Serra fans are not happy about that call.
Now it's going to be about 3rd and 13. You saw him break the first tackle in the backfield, trying to escape, get outside the pocket, and make a downfield throw, but was just brought down by his knees.
Yeah. And we have Kayamasaki again in the backfield. Eli Larry at receiver. He takes the snap. He's looking for someone open, and he is brought down, and that is a fumble that time. That's a fumble that time.
And that is a sack
that is recovered.
and fumble, a
fumble.
strip sack from number 52 on Serra, Lando Brown. He's made key plays. I think this is his 2nd or 3rd sack this game. And he has had huge tackles. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 for Serra on the 24-yard line.
And this Serra team is definitely starting to get warmed up, and these kids that have Division I offers, they're playing like Division I players right now.
Yeah, definitely.
This team is very good, and we have number 3 in the backfield, Giovanni Mccoy, and it is a deep pass, number 14, but it is overthrown.
Yeah, thrown to Devin Kirkwood, but I think there was pressure coming and wasn't the precision that Serra looked for with that pass. But otherwise, good coverage from Notre Dame as well.
Yeah.
It didn't look like, even if the ball got there, it would have been a toss-up, and I don't think that it would have been hard for Serra to grab that ball.
Yeah. But we have seen them make great plays today. And we have Giovanni Mccoy, and 24 tries to do a spin move there, but there's nowhere to go. And you see again, Serra is trying to push number 24, William Marquez, forward just to gain yards, and that is really how dedicated they are. They're back there pushing forward. No, get an extra yard, get an extra 2 yards. And it may not seem like much, but that really adds up. Think about it. If they just got 3 yards there, 3 yards the next play, 3 yards the next play.
Yeah, definitely. But also what we've seen, that does add up, but only in specific situations. Right now they're at 3rd and 11 or 12. Pretty long 3rd down to convert here. So let's see what happens. It looked like it was going to be screened to the left side of the field, but it was overthrown and goes out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds.
But last series, they were at the 33-yard line, 33 yards from the goal line, and they got a touchdown within 3 plays. There you saw, because the way they did it was they had those downfield passes, and they had those crossing patterns for the wide receivers, which was keeping the Notre Dame defense disorganized, and that's key for their success right now.
And we have, again, Giovanni Mccoy taking the snap, and it is a pass this time, and he sees a man open. He is scrambling, and he will not be brought down until he's finally brought down at the 35-yard line by Trey Harvey, again on the play. And Trey Harvey is just, he's a game changer. You look at him, he's already in the backfield. The ball's snapped. You barely got the ball. You look up and you just see Trey Harvey running in for a huge play.
Yeah, you saw Giovanni Mccoy scrambling, dodging a few of those tackles. A great job by him. The defensive line got through the O-line. It was hard for him to break away. Now 1st and 10 for Notre Dame, as Serra did not convert on that 4th down conversion. Now 5:35 in the half. Notre Dame setting up, trying to get some points on the board. this may be their last drive
Yeah.
of the half,
This
potentially.
could be the final drive of the half. 5 minutes, 35 seconds left. And we have Trey Harvey back in at quarterback. Just made a huge play on defense, taking the bat. And it is a fake handoff. But, I mean, again, there's just nowhere to go. This Notre Dame offensive line is not blocking today. And he didn't even go down. He's like, nope. Would not be brought down. But the refs just had to call it because there's no forward progress. And, I mean, you can tell this team is really missing their key injured players.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially with this run game.
Yeah.
You know, on the offensive side, it's hard to keep up the run game and with the same players going over and over and over again because there is, you know, they get fatigued.
Yeah.
And now seeing that it's 2nd and 11, it's hard to gain those yards.
It really is.
Even late in the second half, or in the first half, you know. So let's see if they could overcome that. And Notre Dame preparing to convert
here
on this long second
Trey
down.
Harvey about to take snap. Trevor takes the snap and he doesn't see anyone open and he's running and he has wide open space, but he slides. Smart decision. Definitely the quarterback move. And Trey Harvey, I cannot say his name enough. He's really grabbing this Notre Dame offense, and he's grabbing the whole team and just bringing it out of the dark. He is really saving this Notre Dame team right now.
Great job by Harvey there. He was initially looking for a type of bubble screen there on the right side of the field. Didn't see anything, scrambled a little bit, got a little anxious, but ended up finding a hole in the defense and ran through it and intelligently slid so he didn't get hurt.
Yeah. Trey Harvey takes the snap there, and it is a handoff to Kyle Wynn. And Kyle Wynn, again, another nice play. I mean, you just go right there. That's what, 5 yard gain?
Yeah.
You see, when you start making big plays like that with Trey Harvey, it opens up stuff for Kyle.
No,
it opens
definitely.
up for the run game. When you have quarterback runs, you have nice passes. It opens stuff up for the running back.
And now they have a fresh set of downs.
And that is the play that they needed.
This is the momentum they need late in this first half. Now 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this half. Let's see if Notre Dame could keep it going and at least get down to the 20.
They score a touchdown here. They're only down 14-7, and his handoff to number 21 Kai. Oh, it's not a handoff. And it seems to be a fumble on the play. That is ruled a fumble by the ref. And just as things were looking to get better for Notre Dame, Serra comes in and just crushes it. Man,
yeah, Harvey.
that is tough.
Harvey had that play action type play. He fake handed it off, rolled out to the right side of the field, fooled some, but like
fooled me again.
But not the defensive line. They tracked him down and stripped the ball out of his hand, which gives Serra the recovery. 1st and 10 on the 40.
But I saw that fumble, and I don't think that was Trey's fault. I think he was definitely brought down from behind, not expecting it, and he just hit the ground hard.
It was just a great job by Serra's defense.
Yeah, just a great play by Serra's defense, and they're just non-stopping. And then they come out in their offense, and their offense is non-stopping. I mean, look at this. You have their running back. He just will not go down. You have number 6, Elijah Davis. He's not going down.
Yeah, once again, you see Elijah Davis being that playmaker, being that difference maker on both sides of the field, on even special teams, you know. And right there, he took it to the right side of the field, broke a couple tackles, eventually brought down. But he is one of those players that does have that D1 offer, the first one we mentioned. So you could see the potential in all these players and how good they are right now.
So there's a flag on the play, possibly a false start there. And that will be on Serra. So the ball will be moved back, and Serra has been getting some penalties today. They had the face mask. They had the
unsportsmanlike contact that brought them back so much. But even after that penalty, they still got that 33
They
yards
still
to get
got
him
it.
that second touchdown. Great job by them.
I mean, they're getting penalties, but they're just making it back the next play.
No, yeah, definitely. Giovanni Mccoy now in shotgun. It's a long second down. Looks to
Definitely.
be second and like 17.
And it is a deep pass. It's a short pass to number 7, and he is out. He is going, and Mac McLeod just grabbing his ankle, and Mac McLeod really just holding him there until help can arrive. And that was number 7, Jordan Gaspard on Serra with the reception. Just a little mid-range pass, short pass, and he's running. And Mac McLeod, you just gotta love it. He gets down there, he grabs his ankle, waiting for support.
And then
he needs backup.
He finally got the backup from Zachary Mars, who knocked him out of bounds. But honestly, great job by Serra, initially getting that ball out on the little bubble play they had to the left.
That looked like blown coverage to me. He was wide open.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, that could have been easily stopped.
The snap is taken again, and they bring the blitz this time and bring him down at the 40-yard line. But he just gets up. And the thing is like, they're just going to make it back the next play.
To me, that looked like it was going to be a shorter pass, and that the offensive line was moving out to maybe, be downfield blockers, but that didn't really work out as quarterback wasn't able to get the ball off in time.
Maybe a screen there to the running back. Some of the O-linemen shifted over the running back a little too early, didn't ship them maybe, and they got in the backfield.
And that's going to be a timeout. There's 41.8 seconds left in this first half. Serra looking to, hopefully for them, convert on this very long second down, as they originally had gotten that great play to get them that new set of
And I know that they are definitely missing Ryan Stafford on this defense. He was a definite playmaker and a major component of this defensive front seven. He was an amazing linebacker, and he actually broke his ankle and fractured his growth plate, I believe, and that is a huge hit to the Notre Dame defense.
Yeah, so players coming back out after the timeout. Serra looking to convert on this very long second down here. Looks to be about 20 yards to get to that, finish that first down. I think they could do it, though, to be honest, seeing how they've played on 1 or 2 drives ago.
And again, Giovanni Mccoy taking the snap, and he's looking around, and he sees a man open deep. Number 2,
oh my
just
gosh,
completely open. You have number 2.
Tyler Huffman with the deep catch. Just running past the defense there.
I mean,
it looked like a half blown coverage, but I got to give it to Tyler. He just ran past that.
Amazing route.
And high-pointed the ball so that the defense didn't have an opportunity to contest it. Walks right into the end zone untouched.
I mean, what can you do? When you have great playmakers like this on the Serra offense, it's hard to stop them. It really is. And Notre Dame's definitely doing a great job.
And what was key about that, there's a flag in the play right now.
Yeah.
What was key about that was that there was, 46 seconds left. Now 34.6 left in the first half, but very clutch play from Serra. They grouped themselves up in that timeout and then, delivered. They delivered on what they wanted to and got what they wanted. Now looking to advance to 21-0. Serra is preparing for the kick.
With the kick, and
it's blocked.
It's blocked, but it'll just be a dead ball on the block.
Yeah, but that was a block from number 89 on the Notre Dame defense.
But again, it's Notre Dame defense is really doing a great job. You can really only stop their offense so many times, because I can guarantee you that the Serra offense has much more time of possession of ball. And the defense is getting tired out here. They need their offense to go out and have a nice, solid drive, just like Serra just did.
Yeah, definitely. And also, they may – I don't think that they will – maybe they'll try Hail Mary. They might just take this, take a knee, and run the clock out, regroup before the second half begins.
Probably just take a knee here, try to regroup, and just run into the locker room and talk.
If not, it's going to be a screen or a deep throw for them, but
yeah.
I'm assuming that Serra's defense is going to be dropped back deep just in case a play like that happens from the Notre Dame offense.
I mean, what changes do you make at halftime? And the kick is deep. Kyle Wynn on the recovery seemed to do something here, just make a play, spark something, but he is brought down at the 25-yard line.
20-yard line.
20-yard line.
27.8 to go, and Notre Dame brings out the offense. Set play already. But, yeah, as you mentioned, what do you do? Where do
you go from here?
What are your, second – your halftime adjustments? Really, I don't. For that, what I would say is you have to have better communication on the defensive side. Defensively, that's what you need, because that's what you saw.
And their O-line needs to start blocking on offense. They don't have any time. And there's a flag on the play, and it is on Serra. It is, I believe, a offside, maybe neutral zone infraction.
That's going to be 5 yards, 1st and 5 for Notre Dame. But, yeah, defensively, I mean, it's very essential for them to have that communication. I didn't see a lot of talking, to be honest, and I think that was crucial for them.
Russell, and it is not a knee. They throw it deep, but it is batted down by number 36 on Serra, Donovan Roebuck. And it's just great defense. I guess they didn't take a knee because they're trying to make something happen. Because I would do that too. Try just to spark something before halftime.
Yeah, before the half. Give them some momentum, give them some
The
more
game
help.
is not that far to reach. They're down by 20 points. They receive after half. If they can put some points on the board right now, they're only down and kick the PAT after the touchdown. You're only down by 13. You receive it after half. You score then. Kick the PAT, you're only down by 6 points. It's just, can they make that happen? Can the O-line block?
Yeah, and that's also going to be key for them. They receive the ball in the second half to start it.
Another deep pass, and it's going to be thrown to Griffin Cleveland on the sideline, but it is just thrown out of bounds under pressure.
Yeah,
Russell Diep on the throw.
Russell had to escape the pocket there, was collapsing on him, had to roll out, looking for just somewhere to place the ball, not many places for it to go.
And here is when you got to start worrying about giving the ball back to Serra with time on the clock.
17 seconds.
If they get it back with 8 seconds, if they get the ball back, let's say they get it back with 5 seconds, can we say for sure that they're not going to throw Hail Mary and get it? I mean, that's one of the factors that comes into play here.
Oh, most definitely. And you saw it before. They're very capable of throwing that deep ball.
They definitely are.
And they have. They've thrown it once or twice before.
Another deep pass to number 18, Griffin Cleveland, but it is that going to be a complete pass? And, yeah, they are going to rule it complete. Yeah, that is a complete pass.
That's going to be a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10.
Timeout.
10.2 seconds to go in this first half. And
that pretty much takes the chance of giving it back to Serra out now, because they have fresh set of downs, 10 seconds.
And based off how Notre Dame came out here to start this series, I think they'll also end it with a deep bomb. You might see one or two
deep plays, maybe a screen
plays after this, depending on if they choose to call a timeout if they catch it, which they most likely will. But if they do catch it, I don't know if they'll have the time with only 10 seconds. And that last play alone took off 7 seconds, and it wasn't very far.
I mean, I don't even think that was. Oh, no, that was a first down. But I say maybe get a screen, get out of bounds, call a timeout, and then just throw a deep pass. If not, you could even possibly see them just tossing it to each other, trying to gain something on the field. Just toss to him, run 5 yards, toss to him, throw it back.
I don't think this is the desperate measure they'd have to have with the laterals, but that would be interesting. I'd love to see that end game scenario. And it's a deep throw.
Again, just a miss-thrown ball. I don't know if that was towards Griffin Cleveland. Maybe just getting the ball away, honestly.
And there's going to be 5.9 left in this first half. And they're subbing on 3 more players, Notre Dame is. Looks like they're going to try to get one last shot.
Deep. You could see some laterals, a Hail Mary.
I don't know about the laterals.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Spreading wide receivers out wide. You have number 2, Elias Larry, on the left side of the field. Matched up with Donovan Roebuck.
And yeah, it's just going to be another deep pass. Nice catch by
great
82.
Way to end
I believe that is Justin Shutt. Yeah, Justin Shutt. That was a nice catch to end half. But they're going in. They're down by 20. What do you do?
I mean, great job by them in the half like that. You know, give them a little bit of momentum, a little bit more hope. But although that doesn't change anything, it may change their mentality. We will be back in this second half to give you this show, but please enjoy this video put on for the homecoming court.
Yeah.
We'll be back with the second half.
We'll be back with the second half. Don't leave, folks.
Hi, I'm Lucas Rondon, and I am involved in ASB, cross country, track, NHS, ambassadors, and I'm the president of the Photo Club. And I'd just like to thank my parents for always supporting me and for being there for me, and my friends for always being there when I need them most and always loving me all the way as much as they want. And I'd like to thank all the other nominees and say good luck to them.
My name is Noah Gergis. I'm involved with ND Grillers, admissions ambassadors, Murrow mentors, peer leadership, and youth and government outside of school. And I'd like to thank all my friends and family for really helping me to get to this point, and especially all the fellow seniors at Notre Dame for nominating me.
Hi, my name is Tim Brewster. I'm involved in beach volleyball, indoor volleyball, ambassadors, and NHS. And I'd like to thank everyone who nominated me, and congrats to everyone else.
Hi, I'm Noah. I play football and baseball here, and I'm also an ambassador. And thanks for, nominating me. And thanks.
Hi, my name is Christian Dombro. I'm on the varsity football team here at Notre Dame, in the Rubik's Cube Club and the Environmental Club. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad. I'd like to thank Gary, Michael Whiteside, Matthew Hamilton, and all the brothers on the football team. That's about it.
Hi, my name is Daphne. I'm on the Notre Dame varsity tennis team. I'm also an ambassador and part of NHS and CSF. Thank you for everybody who voted for me, and congratulations to all the other nominees.
Hi, I'm Kendall. I'm involved in varsity cheer, AP courses, and NDSN. Thank you for everyone who has supported me throughout this, especially my parents and my brother. And thank you for all my family who came out. It means a lot.
Hi, I'm Stevie. I'm involved in varsity song and many AP courses, and I'd like to thank my friends who nominated me and my family who's helped me throughout this whole experience.
I'm Talia. I am involved in NHS, Christian leadership, peer leadership, ASB president, and I'm also in academic decathlon. And thank you, everyone. Thank you to my parents, peers, and friends.
Hi, I'm Kayla Quintero. I'm involved in Notre Dame television production, Notre Dame's visual arts. I'm in the soccer club, the actual soccer team. I'm in youth and government, and I'm an NHS member. I want to thank my mother, my father for raising me to be the person I am today, my brothers and my sister and all my friends here who have really shaped me into the person I am today.
Hi, I'm Mary Elizabeth Bucal. I am involved in ASB, Ambassadors, NHS, the Thirst Project, Moreau Mentors. I just wanted to thank my family, my parents, my friends, and my teachers. I love you all so much, and you inspire me on a daily basis. So congratulations to everyone else on the court, and thanks so much.
welcome back, Notre Dame. It is me and Jimmy Johnson, and I'm Damian Finlayson, and we are back with about 30 seconds remaining in the half. And the score, if you're just tuning in now, is 20-0. Serra is winning, but Notre Dame receives at half.
Yeah, so far, I mean, we've talked a little bit about, what each team could do to be a little bit better. Serra's done so many things right. I mean, obviously there's room for improvement everywhere, but talking back about Notre Dame, what do you think are some key things they could be doing? I mean, let's talk about the injuries. I mean, they have a lot of injuries,
They really do have a lot of injuries. They have Charlie Barnett, huge factor on the offensive line. He tore his ACL in one of their first games of the season, and that was definitely a major hit to the Notre Dame team. And then we also had Ryan Stafford, another huge impacting player. He was the starting linebacker, and he broke his ankle and fractured his growth plate, and that was also a major hit to the team. And they have Luke Holleran, a very big receiver, a very big impact receiver. He got a concussion. Sam Black, their starting running back, got a concussion as well. So this team is really banged up right now, and hopefully they can recoup from that.
No, definitely, and you can see that with their defense, the miscommunication. Maybe it's because they have those new players in there that aren't used to a lot of the things that are going on because they have so many injuries. I know that their quarterback got injured the first quarter of their last game against Bishop Amat, but he's back, luckily this week to play. But just little injuries like that,
And we have number 6 on the kickoff, Elijah Davis, and that is a very deep kick. Kyle Wynn catches it, and he is returning it. Looking at game yards, he sees a hole. There's a hole wide open, and he goes down at the 30-yard line, being brought down at the ankles, even a little bit of a slide. So Notre Dame offense will come out and start at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, great return from Kyle Wynn to set him up on the 30, left side of the hashes. 1st and 10 for Notre Dame to start this second half.
And again, another huge player that really doesn't get the credit he deserves is Suleiman Adoye, left tackle, and I just watch him. He can take on anyone. I mean, he's holding up people twice his size and weight, and he's holding it. Look at that. And I mean, and there's a sack there. Russell Diep goes down, and it is not looking good for Notre Dame. They're brought down. It is about 2nd and 15, it looks like.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge loss. That's going to be that's actually going to be more like 2nd and 18 right now. Huge loss for them, huge sack. Defensive line for Serra broke through. We saw that a lot, especially number 52, Lando Brown.
Yeah.
Huge, playmaker for Serra, getting through the defense. He's had 3-4 sacks.
And Russell Diep takes the snap, and it is a pass. It is a screen, but it is overthrown. The screen is overthrown to Kyle Wynn, so that will go nowhere. Almost intercepted there by number 4 on Serra.
Yeah, Jeremiah Odell almost intercepted it. He was held up by a blocker. That was the only thing that was holding him back from catching that ball. That is one of the recruits that we talked about earlier that is actually committed to a D1 school.
D1 college.
Or has D1 offers.
And that is just Russell Diep, another pass right there, but this time it is picked off by number 6, Elijah Davis, and he is returning it. He could go all the way, and that is a touchdown, Serra. Elijah Davis with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
But that is going to be called back.
Oh.
There was a flag thrown, I believe, for a block. Yep, it's a block in the back.
Block in the back.
On Notre Dame's quarterback, Russell Diep. You saw, there was a little bit of complaint there because they didn't think it was. Maybe they thought it was a flop.
Yeah.
But, clear clear penalty for Serra, bringing the ball back.
And that is a major devastation to that defense. They get a turnover, return it for 6, and then it's called back. Plus, not even called back. You're giving the Notre Dame offense a fresh set of downs at about 10 yards there.
Yeah, so, I mean, now, it looks like they're going to, because the penalty was after the interception, they're going to give Serra the ball. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 31, Serra in Notre Dame's territory. It
is handed off to Elijah Davis again, and he just threw him down and kept on running. But there's a fumble, and it's picked up by number 3, Trey Harvey. And Trey Harvey returned it to the 50-yard line. So you get a turnover there. And Trey Harvey is just going off this game. Also referred to as Derek Harvey, but people call him Trey. But Trey Harvey, I mean, he's had, 3 sacks. He's in at quarterback. He just got a fumble, returned it for 20 yards. And Trey Harvey is carrying this Notre Dame defense.
Great job pushing that defense to make that turnover happen. Push them, give them some more momentum. Now, fresh set downs, 1st and 10 on the 50. 10 minutes, 43 to go in this third quarter.
And Russell Diep takes the snap and is a handoff to Kyle Wynn. And Kyle Wynn has some room to run, and that is a nice 7-yard gain. And that is just a great play. You look at it, it's just open space. It took him about 3-4 yards before he received initial contact.
Right, and so what I see differently from especially that first quarter, because there was a lot of buildup in that front line, there wasn't much room to run up the middle, and Notre Dame hasn't taken the ball up the left and right sides of the field.
I think all these passes are really opening up the run games and holes for the running back, because they're right now they have to put more people back in the secondary to cover these receivers because they have been throwing it a lot, and that just opens it up for the run game. And we have 21 Kai Yamasaki in the backfield, and it is another handoff. It's a handoff to Kai Yamasaki, and he runs for a gain of 1 maybe. Just a short gain there, and there was not much room to run that time.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be about third and
2, I believe.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 for Notre Dame
offense. And
they're going to try to, even if they don't get this one, I honestly believe that they're going to go for it.
They're definitely going to go for it.
They're down by 20, and, I mean, there's definitely a lot of time to get these points back, but Coach Gross is definitely
and you see a fast snap here trying to, get them off sides, get them not ready to pick up that 3rd down, but they do pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, and that was something new from Notre Dame that we haven't seen yet today. Maybe try to get them off sides, trying to get them not set up yet, trying to just catch them lacking.
No, that was great strategic play from Notre Dame. They briefly looked like they were huddling, but they knew the whole time they were going to go out there, have that quick snap, and get that, the 2 yards that they needed to get that fresh set of downs.
And it is another handoff, and not much room to run there. Just ran directly up the gap.
All of Kyle Wynn's, he's had a lot of runs. They've been running the ball a lot. Not, as I mentioned, not up the sidelines. Not one up the sidelines, actually, except for the quarterback's attempts to, break out of the pocket, maybe get a couple yards, which he ends up throwing, actually. But Kyle Wynn, every time he runs up, it's either, it's always around 5 yards or less. He hasn't really had a huge break, and we've seen the same kind of run strategy from Serra, except they had that one breakaway from Elijah Davis for a touchdown.
And Russell Diep takes the snap, hands up to Kai Yamasaki. And Kai Yamasaki does have some room to run here, and he is not going to go down. And he is eventually stopped at the 20-yard line, I believe, and that is a huge play for Notre Dame.
Yeah, fresh set of downs, 8 minutes to go in the third, and
they're coming back.
No, definitely. He wasn't even brought down. He had to get pushed out by the defense, and was shifting side to side. It wasn't the most speed you'd see on a run, but he was patient with what hole he wanted to see out in the defense and go through.
It's a handoff again to Kyle Wynn, but not much yardage there. maybe about a three-yard gain.
Yeah, as we talked about, always less than 5 yards. Stopped up.
And that was really the first real breakout play they've had on offense this game.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that was the first breakout run.
Yeah.
They've had, they've had one longer completion for a pass. But that was the first run, and it was not from Kyle Wynn, who's been running, these short.
And Russell Diaz takes the snap and is another handoff to Kai Yamasaki, but he is brought down immediately in the backfield, nowhere to run. And you can see this drive, they're not passing as much. I mean, I think passing is really what opened up these holes for the run, but now they're not passing. It could almost hurt them because now they know, they're going to go back to the run almost every play.
No, yeah, it opened it up. It was another threat to diversify their offense. And Serra now closing in on that one option that Notre Dame is having this drive, which is the run game. And they're predicting it every play. And that one breakaway that number 20 had won for Notre Dame, Kai Yamasaki had, I mean, that was rare.
And it is a pass, but it is just overthrown there. Targeted receiver was Eli Larry. Number 22 on Serra made an attempt to try to pick off the ball, Anthony King, but it was just too out of range.
Yeah, Eli Larry was looking for that PI there. There was contact, but he was definitely looking for it. There was no lunge for the ball from Eli, but ball was a little overthrown, but I think that he could have got there if he kept his feet moving.
Yeah. And again, in the backfield, Kai Yamasaki. Russell Diaz takes the snap. It is not a run, it is a pass, and he is brought down hard by this Serra defense, my bad.
And that is Billy Claxton with that huge sack, along with help from, once again, keep mentioning his name, Lando Brown. Huge playmaker for the defense.
And difference maker. And the real difference that you're seeing with this Serra defense compared to the Notre Dame defense is that this Serra defense is getting in and making sacks. They're hitting them behind the line of scrimmage. Notre Dame defense, we're not seeing that as much, and it's really almost letting the morale down.
Yeah, and you can see within the stats. I mean, before this game, within 6 games they've had this season, they have 28 sacks already.
That's very impressive. And we have Elijah Davis. You see what I mean? He's breaking out, and he's hit the sideline, and I don't think anyone is going to catch him now. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Elijah Davis. And this is what I'm saying. There's no contain. He's breaking free, and he's hitting that sideline. And once Elijah Davis hits that sideline, there is no catching him. And almost like a beast mode celebration, jumping in backwards into the end zone.
Great job from Elijah Davis. We saw him once again cutting across the field. You saw him point toward the press box here, but very impressive play from him. Put on the speed that he needed to get by the whole defense. Knew he had it in the legs, and defense wasn't able to catch up to him. Great job by him. He speeded up so much so that within the 20-yard line he began to slow down, and he still made it in untouched.
Turned on those afterburners, and no one was able to catch up to him. And we have number 13 on the PAT here.
Yeah, but that was very similar to his first touchdown.
Yeah,
the first touchdown
it really
of the game,
was.
Where the difference, maker within all the
a little
within
stutter
all
there,
the.
but the PAT is good, so the score is 27-0. Serra leads.
But the difference maker with that was that Notre Dame defense was not able to get past the blocking power of Serra. I mean, they closed off that whole side, and then it misdirected the defense, and then you see the same cutback motion.
The same cutback
from
Elijah Davis
to send him across the field. 5:52 left as Serra prepares to kick off.
What do you start doing now as the Notre Dame offense? I mean, there's 17 minutes left in the game. Well, 17 minutes, 52 seconds.
To be honest, I think that when they start, I mean, you saw at the end of the first half, they started to get closer and more accurate and more comfortable passing, especially at that last play. I mean, dime of a pass and amazing catch with, double, triple coverage right down the middle, although it didn't mean anything within the games and the point-wise. It meant that, it showed it meant that they were able to, and it gave them a little more confidence, but we haven't seen them even attempt. We haven't seen them attempt a downfield throw. I think they're trying to play it conservative because they did have one interception in that first half, and they know that Serra is very good. They had 11 interception in 6 games before this, so I think Notre Dame notices that they can be very effective in that secondary, and that's the thing that's holding them back.
Kyle Wynn again with the return, and he seems to be breaking free. And that is a nice move by him, but again, he has brought down another hard hit by the Serra special teams, 32-yard line, first and 10 for the Notre Dame Knights.
Lando Brown once again bringing him down at the 27-yard line.
So when do you just say, we just have to pass? We just have to keep passing and keep getting big plays. Because they can't afford to keep running and running down the clock and getting these small gains.
Right, and that's going to be a timeout. But back to what you were saying, passing-wise, the reason that they're not as effective as they can be is because the pressure.
Yeah.
It's not that Notre Dame isn't capable of it. They definitely are, and you've seen it. You've seen it within
seen it on a couple
of passes. Very accurate and good receptions as well. And even up here on that one, the first interception that they had, it was a good pass. It was just better defense.
Better defense. Good pass. But Serra was there to make the play.
No, exactly. And so I think that's most of the problems when it comes to Notre Dame not being able to complete the downfield passes that are maybe in the middle of the field because they're not really trying too much on the sidelines because of that one interception. But they tried a couple of short ones. They were completely taken down because the linebackers were so aggressive. The ones that they threw downfield, those were contested by the secondary, but the majority of the biggest factor there was the pressure that was coming from the defensive line. There was not much time to throw it, and you don't need that much time, just about 3-4 seconds, but Serra's not even giving him that. So
they're really not. And Trey Harvey is in on this, and it is a handoff to Kyle Wynn, just brought down, really just nowhere to go. And I think you should start using Trey's mobility as a player to their advantage. Roll out, open plays up, play action. And this is going to be 2nd and 10 for the Knights on their 27-yard line.
Yeah, and they had tried those rollout. I don't think they intentionally tried those rollout plays, but I think Russell Diep had more rollout opportunities because of the pocket collapsing. So I'd like to see Derek Harvey roll out and try something, because on that one time the pocket collapsed, he did make a run for it and got some yards. Oh, and a great play from number 26.
Number 26
on
the Notre Dame Knights.
Great job from him there. And, you saw right there. There was time and there was good blocking, and he passed it downfield. It wasn't to the sideline, and it was a clear shot.
In the middle of the field. And that's what happens when your O-line can block for you. That is what happens when the quarterback has time in the pocket. And that's what we need to see.
No, it was a great drop back and a great strike. Perfect pass, honestly. Great job by Derek.
And it is a handoff to Kyle Wynn. And this time he does have some room to run. And he runs for about a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2nd and 8, right at the 50.
And I think if you can use Trey Harvey's arm right here, because Trey Harvey, there's no doubt about it, he's a phenomenal athlete, but he has a good arm. I've seen him in practice, So if they can use his arm right here, I mean, you just saw him use it on that play. And it is a fake handoff, but he is brought down, trying to look to maybe to toss it somewhere. But again, he is just brought down.
It was a play action. He looked to kind of roll out to the left, maybe try to make a play on it, but he wasn't able to due to Ronald Tyler. Great job by him closing in on Trey Harvey as he was not able to escape to the left. Great sack from Ronald.
And we see Kyle Wynn in the backfield with Trey Harvey. We got Eli Larry lined out. We have Griffin Cleveland, number 10, on the Notre Dame Knights as well. And he drops out and he's rolling. He's running to the right, and
oh my!
And he flips over the Serra defender. What a play by Trey Harvey! I mean, he flips over him. Not even a hurdle.
Yeah.
He does a full
Yeah.
front flip over, and I'm just happy that didn't go wrong.
No, definitely.
Because he really could have been hit and landed on his neck.
Tried to get, He
that
tried to get
could have gone bad.
all the extra yards he could. Still 4th and 13. Notre Dame's going to punt, and they're on the 45-yard line. So I didn't really see, like, much of a reason to try that. Maybe he was initially looking to hurdle, but it was looking like it was going to be a high hit, so it was going to be tough
And it
for
is
him.
a punt by Kyle Yamasaki. It is a very high punt, and they're just going to oh, no, they do pick it up, but it is brought down immediately at the 32-yard line. But, I mean, there with Trey, I think initially he was running, and he saw a guy right in his face. He's like, this isn't good. I'm going to get hit here. I'm not trying to get hit. So I think he maybe I'm not saying this would happen, but I think he maybe even tried to hurdle him. After he hurdled him, he realized it's too late, so he just went into a flip rotation and almost landed. I mean, he landed on his heels. He almost landed, and just an amazing athlete.
Yeah, great job by him in escaping the pressure. You saw the pressure coming in once again. Serra not giving Notre Dame much time in the backfield, but great job by him for at least escaping.
And we have a new quarterback in for Serra, number 36 with the reception, and Mac McLeod on the tackle. A nice formation tackle by Mac McLeod. But we're seeing a new quarterback come in
Isaac Guzman.
for Serra.
We saw him warming up at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Or before the game, pregame, right in the middle of the field, passing, little lobs over the wide receivers' heads. I was hoping he would come in and see some of the things and some of the passes he could have. Hope he's effective.
Number 7 with the catch, and there's a nice block there until he is brought down by number 2, Eli Larry.
Yeah, great gain. Now we have Guzman, who is 2 for 2 completions, and it's going to be a fresh set of downs on Serra's 48-yard line, hoping to get on Notre Dame's side of the field and get some points. 27-0, Serra winning.
And it is a high snap, but number 6 recovers it, and he still eludes them. Elijah Davis on the play.
Still a loss of downs there. Was about 7 yards lost. So we're going to see a 2nd and 17 for the Cavaliers.
We're going to see
there wasn't anything other than just a high snap.
Yeah.
I mean, Elijah tried to make the best of the play. So not much you could do
And there's
there.
motion on the play trying to confuse the team, and it is supposed to be a screen, but it is an incomplete pass.
And
There's a flag
there are flags on the field right now.
on the field. We will find out what it is.
I think it may have been illegal motion. You saw
Yeah.
Elijah come from where the quarterback was at the running back position and come into the slot, and the slot receiver go in motion. I think there was too many. I think it was illegal motion.
But
So
they don't seem to be, they don't seem to be moving it back. I think that penalty was discarded. Anyway.
it's going to be 2nd and 22.
Oh, there is 5-yard penalty. Number 16 on the Serra. He throws it to number 2, and he has some room to run. We saw his touchdown earlier, and he is still up. And number 22, Mac McLeod, bails out the Notre Dame defense and makes another tackle.
Great job by Tyler Huffman there of the Cavaliers. Caught it on the sideline and making his way up the field to cut the downs to 3rd and 7.
Oh, but we have offsides on Notre Dame by number 10, Brian Dennis.
Jumped the cut there. Hard count from.
And that could be a hard play. And that is the end of the quarter. So we'll see them go over into their huddles now for the quarter. And if you're Notre Dame, what do you want to do right now? What are you saying to your team if you're the coach?
Well, you're down 7-0 in the second half. 27-0 overall. And you have 1 quarter left. It's going to be tough to pull out the win here if you're just going to continue to run the clock. So it's going to be tough. This is exactly what happened yesterday for the JV. They were down around 28-0 and came back in the last 6 minutes and won by just 1 point. So it's definitely possible. But what they need to do here is not rely on the run game and get those small, slightly effective runs that could maybe get them the first down. They need definite passes in the pocket and they also need to be patient in the pocket, not rush anything.
I think now they need to stop going for the first down and start going for the touchdowns.
No, definitely, and also the run game, that's running the clock out.
Snap, and it is a deep throw, but it is underthrown to number 2 on Serra, Tyler Huffman. And he has been a big player in today's game.
Yeah, we saw him just make that big play on the sideline right here and dodging some tackles, making a miss, and got them, around 20 yards on that one gain earlier.
He's lined up next to number
4th down.
And he is wide open, and this seems like there may be another touchdown. Mac McLeod, no one near him, and that is going to be another touchdown for Serra. 33-0, and this has just gone bad to worse, and I think that sealed the game
That is a touchdown, Jeremiah Odell.
His second of the game, I believe.
That is his second of the game. He did have that one earlier that was called back.
He did with that nice stiff arm.
For that stiff arm. But, regardless, that was an amazing play, and this one was as well. He got past the defense, weaved through the defenders, broke the tackles, and again pushed the defenders to the side.
And I think that's about game, I would say. It's not – Notre Dame could definitely come back. The JV team yesterday came back, so we could see with this freshman game. There's still a full 12 minutes, but let's just hope.
Yeah, right now you can't for Notre Dame to pull this win out tonight, they're going to have to rely on the passing game. They're not going to be able to run the clock with the run game because that isn't effective as we have seen, especially on the scoreboard tonight. They're going to have to pass. Try something they have a couple times, and it has been, successful and made a larger impact than their running. But now we have a player getting up, walking back onto the field, preparing for this extra point.
And, if you look at Serra's offense this season, it's averaged 37.5 points a game with a balanced attack average, and they're averaging 226 rushing yards a game and 295 passing yards per game. You're looking at that. That's about 520 yards a game. That's 520 yards a game.
And what gets them that is those large runs. I mean, we saw the large runs, especially from Elijah Davis. He had 2 huge ones.
And they go for 2 on the play, and it is picked off, but that really will not mean anything. They'll just call it a dead ball. But they've given up 0 points on special teams. They're getting 500 yards per game. They're getting 38 points. This defense, offense, and special teams is all around amazing. There's no other way to say it.
Honestly, though, what surprises me is that they're averaging like a lot more passing yards than they are running. And here we're seeing the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Because I think that they know that, I mean, they are getting a lot of passing yards, but they're breaking open the field a lot more with their run game because, one, they're faking out the defense, and 2, they know that Notre Dame's defense is a bit disorganized, especially with these injuries and new players in that maybe are trying to figure out this new defense, or, you know, it's just tough. It's just tough. So it's hard to come down on these players when they're running full head of steam and then change direction.
Yeah.
And the blockers are a huge help in the first 10 yards that help Elijah Davis, you know, control the field and sprint to the end zone.
Yeah.
And you have, once again, Elijah Davis with the kick, superstar for this team in Division I offers.
And it is an onside kick, but it is just caught, recovered, and just fell and fallen down by 21 on the Notre Dame Knights. And they just wanted to get it. They wanted to catch it and just go down straight away. They don't want to be hit for fumbles. They don't want to do anything. They just want to recover it, fall down. Kai Yamasaki on the recovery there.
It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line.
And looking at notable alums from Serra High School, they have some really good alums. We'll go over it right after this play. But, I mean, one of them is Arabian Prince, and he was actually a rapper, and he was a former member of NWA. We have Trey Harvey in at quarterback. Takes the snap, and it is a keep. He kept it, and he is wide open. He does have open space, but he is brought down with a hard hit at the 43-yard line.
It's going to be a gain of about 13 or 14 for Harvey.
Yeah.
Great job by him. Got past the front line and was patient looking for that hole, and then just saw it and went for it. Eventually brought down. He stutter-stepped, but there was a man right to his left when he tried to find some more open space for him. Very quick. He's very quick. I love seeing him run. That's his second pretty much bigger run of this game. You saw that one. It was a scramble, a dead play, and he kept it alive. So very productive, and he
Trey
likes
Harvey
to improvise.
takes a snap, low snap, but he recovers from it. And there's people in the backfield, and again, he is just brought down straight away. And there isn't much room to work here. I mean, he's taking the snap. You look down, there's already someone at your feet. You look up, there's someone running right at you. How do you combat that? How do you combat that when your O-line is not blocking?
No, definitely. I mean, now it's like 2nd and 15. They're losing. They lost 5 yards on that one sack. You know, it's hard to catch back up 33-0 if you're letting this defensive line and these players like Lando Brown get right through your defense and pressuring your quarterback.
Another low snap, but he keeps it again, trying to make something work, and he does a spin move, and he is brought down hard by number 52 on the Serra defense, and he has been making plays all day.
Lando Brown, once again, as I mentioned, huge playmaker. Huge. I just mentioned him right before this game, right before this play. It looks like Harvey's a little shaken up.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, as he had 2 men tackling him from behind, trying to strip the ball potentially. And then you have Brown coming in and just nailing him right in the helmet, taken down. Tough play for the Knights.
Trey Harvey going to look for anything here. It's a handoff to No, it's not. It's a fake handoff, and it is a deep pass, and that is looking bad. It is it is caught by number 13 on the Notre Dame Knights and ran in for a touchdown. What a catch.
Daniel
what a play.
Hahn with the amazing high point over the defenders. The ball went right over 2 defenders. As we just talked about, they needed that long play.
Like that.
They needed that to get on the board.
Play.
6-33. You saw Daniel go up for that ball, high pointed it, brought it down, turned around, walked in the end zone.
He attacked the ball at the high point. He leaped over them and caught it and then ran it in.
Nice turnaround catch for him. Amazing throw as well from Harvey.
Amazing throw, especially after being hit really hard on just the play before.
Yeah, great job. Shaking up, comes back the next play, faces it, and delivers a very successful pass. Now, 9 minutes, 27 seconds to go. 33 to now 7.
The PAT is good. It is 33-7.
I would say for Notre Dame to keep this energy, they need to continue those strategic plays.
I say you should do an onside kick right now. Go for the onside.
They may have to. I mean, there may not be time. An average drive may be 4 minutes.
I mean, a 4-possession game, if Serra recovers his ball right now, they can easily drain the clock. I mean, we've seen their run game come out in full effect. They can easily run this ball first down after first down and drain this clock. I think Notre Dame needs to kick this onside kick and recover it to have any chance of coming back in this game.
Most definitely. But the problem will be, I mean, Serra has large players. Will they be able to get past them and grab the ball?
Onside.
You know, so it's a very difficult decision because if Serra recovers it, which is very possible that they do, they have, 30 yards taken off a normal kick that they could have for their offensive drive.
And they seem to be bringing players up right now on the Serra special teams return team. I think they're definitely.
Oh yeah, they're setting up for an onside kick
recovery.
With the ball setting up on the left hash mark for Notre Dame. Honestly, it might be a good move though. For Matthew Saylor to kick it long, because if they do.
Oh, there we see an onside kick running straight off the bat, and does Notre Dame recover? I believe Serra recovered that ball, but that was a good play.
Yeah,
right there by the Notre Dame.
Was tricky. Lando Brown with the recovery for Serra. We keep mentioning his name. But Saylor and his team looked like they were grouping around the ball. Quick turnaround, slightly fooled me, and weren't able to pick up the onside kick. If they were to kick the long ball and maybe, let's say, down Serra at the 25, Sarah's naturally probably going to try to run the clock out.
Run the clock out here.
So if they do that, the punt distance is going to be they're going to be way closer to the touchdown.
But I think that even if they kicked it deep, that it doesn't matter. I mean, really, if it doesn't really make a difference because they would have ran it back since they were in that formation, and he's just not going down.
Yeah.
We have number 4 running 10-5 McLeod tries, and it is just another touchdown
Jeremiah
for Serra.
Odell.
Jeremiah Odell. We cannot say his name enough. He is just scoring touchdown after touchdown this game.
Great job from him.
But there seems to be there's a flag on the play, so we'll see if this gets brought back here. It's looking like it will get brought back, and it's on Serra.
He's been doing great today. He hasn't got the ball as much as maybe number 5 for Serra or even Elijah Davis, but he has been a huge playmaker. This touchdown will get brought back, it looks like.
His second touchdown of the game to be brought back by penalties, and so that penalty really penalties have been bailing Notre Dame out a lot today.
Yeah, definitely, and they had those penalties even on offense. You know, bringing back that one pick 6.
Yeah.
So and even giving them that free first down in the first half, at the end of the first half, to get up a new drive.
And that is a screen right there. Tries to go up deep for the one hand, but it is just too high of a pass for number 12, Amari Henderson, to make that reception.
Even if he caught it, you saw Griffin Cleveland closing in on him.
Yeah.
It would have been a tough play for him to get yardage on it. I think it was better that he didn't catch the ball there because it would have been tough to get around him.
And
because he was closing in so quickly.
9 minutes remaining in the game. Notre Dame is down by 4 possessions.
2nd and 10, and you see
And
Odell going for 5 more yards. 3rd and 5, running the clock out, passing the 9-minute mark.
so they're probably going to run this clock down a little more, keep running it, and just keep moving the ball. And it is a low snap, but they stay up, and there is almost a sack, but he escapes a sack, and he gets the ball away. And it is a catch for a first down. And that is a catch for first down. I mean, you just see it. They're closing in on him. He still manages to throw the ball for a first down to number 13, Tyrone Lumsden.
Amazing job by quarterback coming in. You see Isaac Guzman coming in this second half. They put him in. They get this first down, 1st and 10 now, on the 25, working around the defenders, and finally passes it down the field after
and it is
defenders.
a handoff to number 24 on the play, and he just will not go down as well. And that was number 24, William Marquez.
Yeah, great job by him as well, coming out. And we've seen a couple runs from William, but not as much as we'd hope. He's quick, as you can see right there.
Yeah.
So.
Very speedy, elusive receiver.
Yeah. I was honestly surprised, to see that
and there is a
flag on the play, but I was surprised to see that
looks like
Serra was going to go for that pass there 2 plays ago.
Yeah.
I thought they were just going to try to run the clock out.
Pick up a first down.
And I know they wanted to pick up the first down, but, if they keep running the clock out, there's no chance for Notre Dame to come back. So Notre Dame's really going to need to have a huge play here if they want to stay in this game.
Even if they stop them here, they're going to have to drive down the field, hopefully at a big play, and another penalty on the Notre Dame Knights. Last play
it's going to be on the offense.
Oh, it's on the offense this time. So that will bring them back on, I believe that was offsides last play, and then this play it is a false start for the offense. So
now it's 2nd and 6, 7:15 to go in the 4th quarter.
And he throws it after being hit under pressure, and that is a touchdown.
Beautiful throw from Guzman.
An amazing throw right there to number 15, Kyle Miller, on Serra's offense. And that puts a score at 39-7, looking to kick the PAT with 7 minutes left in the game.
Beautiful throw. Right past, you saw Kyle broke through the secondary. That sliver of a moment, he had a couple steps there in the end zone. He could have caught the ball, and Guzman just perfectly timed it and perfectly placed the ball to get him in the end zone. That is one of his first touchdowns of the night as he started playing in this second half. As soon as he came out, I knew he was a passer. He had his first two
It
passes.
looks like there's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct again, but that will just affect the PAT.
The first 2 passes from Guzman were complete, so I knew he was going to have great plays like that. Very accurate passer, but yeah, as you mentioned, this is going to push the PAT back pretty far.
Not affect the touchdown. And it is no good, but that was a very good attempt from that far out. That was the thing about a 30-yard attempt, 35-yard attempt. So the score is 39-7. That would bump it up to a 5-possession game, I believe. You're down by 32. If you get 4 touchdowns and then get the 2-point conversion on all of them, it would technically it's within reach of a 4-possession game. But
Yeah.
that would just be to tie it, not to win.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get some more points on the board. I mean, it took them a long time, 4 quarters, to get here to 7 points. Not saying that they can't do it here, but it's going to be tough, especially with the way that Serra's even moving their offense. You know, you saw the energy that Notre Dame had. It did not affect Serra's offensive production. Kept moving the ball down the field. One of the best drives they've had this game, and they're still pushing. You know, they're being relentless.
Yeah.
And after they got that onside kick, they just took that 50 yards and got that touchdown.
A booming kick, and Mac McLeod catches it, and Mac McLeod will be returning it. He's running to the right of the field, trying to hit that sideline and go, but he is brought down on the 23-yard line, and there's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. I believe it is on Serra, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Good speed there by Cloud, though. There hasn't been a breakout special teams play so far this game. Punts and kickoffs have been pretty moderate in the yardage gain. Referees talking about this flag on the other side of the field. I would say Notre Dame here needs to continue throwing the ball deep.
Yeah.
They need to still have the diversity in their offense. But
I say at this point you should abandon the run game. It wastes time. You just need going for touchdowns at this point.
Honestly, I think that they don't need to abandon it. They just need to rely more on their passing game. Because if they totally abandon it, Serra's going to pick up on that as they did with abandoning their passing game after their interception. Serra's just going to drop all their players deep, you know, and they're going to cover that secondary.
But then that's the point when you can run it with the quarterback. Run it, put Trey in a quarterback, and we've seen Trey run. And a nice run by number 5, Kyle Wynn, on the play right there.
Yeah, good job by him. Once again, getting those quick 3 to 5 yard gains for Notre Dame, keeping their energy a little bit higher every time he gets those yards. That's going to be a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for Notre Dame Knights.
We have 2nd and 7 here.
Swinging the wide receivers out wide. I'd hope to see a type of slant play maybe. And there's a referee timeout, and they're bringing off number 52 for Serra, Lando Brown. Something may be wrong with his helmet. That's huge. I mean, that's pretty big for Notre Dame. He's been one of the biggest playmakers in this game.
Yeah, he
Not
really
only for
has.
Serra, but within the whole game. And, I mean, that's bad for Serra's defensive line.
And Kyle Masaki gets hit, but he's still staying up, and he's trying to run for a little bit there, but again, just brought down right away.
Yeah, forward progress there, and they're going to mark him at just about where they started. Still 2nd and 7. 5:20 to go in this game. Notre Dame desperately looking for a play, but I don't think they're going to go for that many long balls. Maybe just go with the act of running the clock as they keep Russell Diep in and take out Derek Harvey.
And it is a fake handoff play action. Russell Diep throwing it deep and it is batted down, or is just a little underthrown there by Russell Diep.
Pass
Griffin
intended
Cleveland.
for, Griffin Cleveland. But once again, good defensively for Serra. Look, maybe they could have gotten that interception. That would have pushed them to 14 interceptions in the season. They already have 2 this game. They've done a great job pushing their sacks up because, I mean, as I mentioned, they have 28 sacks before this game this season with only 6 games. And I mean, that's a little under 5 a game average. So they've had a lot. They've had a lot, and especially a lot of defensive disruptors. Even if they didn't get the sack, they still disrupted the passing game and didn't allow a lot of time for them to pass.
Low punt, but low snap. He punts it deep to number 2 on Serra. Oh, he jukes out 2 people, and he is running to the sideline, but he got hunted down by number 82 on the Notre Dame team, Justin Shutt.
There are 2 flags on the play. We see number 16 for Notre Dame, Mateo, a cat on the ground, but he does get up very quickly. Let's see what these flags are and who they are against. I'm guessing a block in the back because I did see some potential illegal
blocking. In the back, maybe a holding. Yeah, they seem both to be on.
Yeah, they're blocking the backs for against the Serra special teams. That's going to push their offense to a 1st and 10 on about the 26-yard line.
Yeah. So we will have number 16 in the backfield. And there's another handoff to Marquez, number 24, and he breaks
breaking free.
And he breaks free again. Another huge play by Serra. Trey or Derek, they're the same, just a nickname. Trey trying to dive and make that tackle, but it's just not happening. And
great play from William Marquez, breaking to the right side of the field, up the sideline. Number 3, Derek Harvey, desperately trying to catch up, dives and does not make it, but an amazing job from
a great play
from the Serra offense. And as I mentioned, it surprises me that Serra's passing game is, has more yardage averagely than.
Yeah, because their run game has definitely dominated this game so far.
That's definitely been the factor for them. I mean, their passing game has been extremely good as well, but I mean, their running game, once they get into the open space, no one could catch them. Anytime they're in the open space, I mean, they're moving and no one's getting them. They're shifty as well. So, and as I mentioned, they have 5 players on their roster with D1 offers, so it's hard.
And the PAT is good, so the score will be 46-7. Serra leads with only 3 minutes left in this game. And back to Serra's notable alumni. We have Marquise Lee actually went there. Marquise Lee, the wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars, having a good season this year. I have him in fantasy. We have Arabian Prince, I already said before, he's the rapper, and he's actually was in NWA.
Yeah, very interesting. A lot of impressive people coming out of school, especially athletes. So back to this game, it's Serra is leading 46-7 in this game. 3:04 left in the 4th quarter as Notre Dame is getting the ball. One last shot at getting some more points at the board.
Just trying to put some points up on the board, help out the stats.
Now we still have Elijah Davis, one of the bigger players and player with D1 offers, as I mentioned. Kicking, very talented, extremely talented.
Yeah, very talented
See no
player.
reason why he wouldn't get these offers. Looks to be a squib type kick.
And
and Elijah looks like he recovered it.
The person who kicked it, he recovered his own kick. Elijah Davis kicked it deep and then recovered his own kick.
He recovered it at the
that pretty much just sums up this game here.
32-yard line. He's his own team. He's his own team
right there. He really is. But the thing is, they have so many players in the Serra. They have so many. They have enough single players they have so many stars on this team. They have 5, 6, 7 more players just as good as Elijah Davis on this Serra team, and
definitely.
that's why they're so good.
No, I was hesitating to say that Elijah's putting this team on his back, but that is just not true because even on the defensive side, you see players like Lando Brown, and you see players on the offensive side like Tyler Huffman,
Devin Kirkwood, William Marquez,
all making huge
Giovanni
impacts.
McCoy, Jemiah Odell.
Serra.
There's just so many great players on this Serra roster.
Now Notre Dame on the defensive side again may not get the ball back. 1:50 left in this game.
It is a handoff again to number 23 on the Serra offense, Jaden Hainsey.
They're going to continue to run the clock. 2nd and 4 for the Cavaliers. They're just waiting this game out. 1:25 left.
Just really running this clock down now. A minute left in the game. Handoff again to number 23, Jaden Hazy, and he is brought down after a couple yards.
Yeah, but honestly, this second half, they put their new different quarterback in for the Cavaliers, Isaac Guzman. He's done fantastic, phenomenal, amazing passes, very accurate, and he stays very poised in the pocket. You know, he's not a very he's not a player that likes to move out of the pocket much.
Another handoff to Jaden Hansey, and he has some yards to gain, and he runs for about 6 yards.
That's going to give him a first down.
And that will be a first down, and one more play, and that'll be game. They may just call it now, maybe run one more play, go for a touchdown, put some more points up on the board.
And as you can start to see here, you have some of the Serra players already warming up for this big varsity matchup tonight. Homecoming. And that will be the game, folks.
And they called the game there.
Serra Cavaliers 46, Notre Dame Knights 7 here at Notre Dame High School.
Thank you for tuning in today, folks.
Really appreciate it. I'm Jimmy Johnson.
I'm Damian Finlayson.
And thank you so much for tuning in.
And we'll see you in the next one.